How's it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another Madden NFL 23 franchise rebuild. So in today's video we've got our final AFC team and it's going to be the Tennessee Titans. So if you're enjoying the content, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know down in the comments below what you want my video to is. Check my social down in the description. I have a playlist down below containing other Madden NFL 23 franchise rebuilds. Also, check out my channel for that content for me, TJP. Same rules as applied for the previous videos and for the last two that I'll be making, because I got one more on the Packers to do. 3 seasons, try to win the Super Bowl. Let's see what we can do with the Titans. Let's get on the gameplay. So we are in the game. Let's take a look at the roster that we're going to be fielding right now, or at least what we have currently, because we'll try to make some additions before we start teaming. So we have Derrick Henry, we have Kevin Byard, Jeffrey Simmons, Robert Woods, Harold Landry III, Ryan Tannehill, Taylor Lewin, Ben Jones, Monty Hooker, Brett Kern, Austin Hooper, Danico Autry, Zach Cunningham, Nate Davis, Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley, Bud Dupre, Deshaun Hand, Treylon Burks. I mean, there's some talent on the team for sure. I mean, there's definitely some improvements that we can make to make this team better, but there's definitely some good players on this team. The Titans obviously were the best team last season. They were 12-5 and they ended up winning the AFC and getting a bye. So let's take a look at the improved teams. Take a look at our depth, see where we can improve, because I'm sure there are some improvements we can make. Specifically left guard and right tackle. Brewer's my left guard. Probably would like to maybe get an upgrade there. Right tackle, we got Reduns, so not the best. And a strong safety. Theo Jackson, young guys, 23. He'll probably develop into something good, but I'm going to pick up Landon Collins. Let's pick up Landon Collins. I don't really pick up a strong safety like him, so Landon Collins, he fits the scheme of the team. We'll add him to our defense, and then I don't know, I guess we could try to trade for a right tackle and a left guard. So I'll see what's out there in the trade market. But let's take a look at our pick situation. I'm kind of curious to see what we got going on there. So if I can get a left guard, right tackle, that'd be great. But in terms of draft picks, we do have, we don't have our fourth and sixth, but we have all our picks next season. So let's see if I can try to get a left guard and right tackle for the squad. 6th round pick to the Broncos for Turner. So we get a right tackle fit scheme of the team for at least this upcoming season. All right, Red News. 7th and 5th round pick to the Saints. We got Piat back, so, and just welcome to the squad to be our left guard for this upcoming season. So I'm done making moves. I'll see you guys at the midseason, where hopefully we're a pretty solid team in the AFC South. Alright, guys, well, we're not off to the best of starts right now, as we are sitting at 2-4 right now. So let's take a look and see what we got going on here in terms of who's performing well and who's not. Ryan Tannehill, not the best season from him. 7 TDs, only 2 interceptions, 91-point passer rating. He's only thrown for about 1,200 yards. Derrick Henry's running the ball, 655, 4 TDs. Dontrell Hilliard, he's got 102 with 3. So that's okay there. So it seems like we're running the ball out. Robert Woods, Austin Hooper, Treylon Burks, okay. Just up there, blocking seems to be okay. Ben Jones been really good. Blocking has been pretty good, so that's nice to see. Zach Cunningham, 48 tackles, 40 from Fulton, 31 from David Long Jr. In terms of sacks, we've got 6 from Harold Landry III, 4.5 for Jeffrey Simmons. Autry's got 3.5, and then interception-wise, only 2 from Hooker and Dupree. Kickers, Randy Bullock, 6 of 9 from the field goal, and he's made off his extra points. Brett Kern punting. We got our kick return and punt return. So, yeah, 2-4 right now. Not the best start to the season. Our offense not really getting too many yards. Our passing is bottom of the league, and then our rush is, well, near the top, but our passing is just so bad, so we're just not really getting enough yards. Let's take a look at our scoring. Actually, I forgot to show you guys that. I imagine it's near the bottom. And, yep, it is. We're not really scoring the ball a lot. Defensively, in terms of total yards, near the top half of the league in that department. Pass yards allowed, we are kind of middle of the pack, but our rush defense is number 1, I guess. in terms of yards allowed. Yeah, so the defense has been good, but our offense not too much. I might have to try to get maybe a quarterback in the draft. I do have a first-round pick, so maybe we try to target somebody instead of Ryan Tannehill. We'll see what we decide to do there. But so far, so good. So at least we have our first rounder. I'm not gonna make any trades, I don't think. But I am curious to see these standings and kind of just seeing where we are in relation to the rest of the NFL. So yeah, 2-4. I guess at this rate, maybe this is just like a transition season. We try to lose and maybe get a high draft pick. I'm fine with that. And hopefully we can get a good quarterback. I mean, if I can't get Bryce Young, maybe like a CJ Stroud, that'd be kind of nice. So I'm going to simulate. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. And unless we somehow turn this around, I'm expecting a high draft pick, hopefully. So we ended up not making the playoffs, going 5-12. So, okay, this is a transition season. Totally fine for me. Our rankings were not the best, other than our rush yards per game. And defensive yards per game is not too bad, too. But yeah, everything else we need to do improvement on. So let's take a look at the stats. You know, Tannehill ended up doing all right. Over 4,200 yards, 31 TDs, 10 interceptions, 99.2 pass rating. So he actually wasn't terrible. Also, Derrick Henry got hurt. Didn't realize that. That's also a problem. What did he get hurt with? I didn't even see that. I didn't even notice that he got hurt. I completely missed out on that. Let's take a look at the injury report. Let's see if he's, I'm just curious to see if he's healthy. Groin tear. Out 3 weeks. Yeah, he must have been hurt. So, yeah, he only played 6 games. I mean, that's not enough for really anything good to happen, so there's that. So that was part of the problem, some injuries. So Hilliard was my leading back. Robert Woods, though, nice season for him. Burks, Hooper. In terms of our blocking was actually solid, except for Billy Turner, but it was kind of just temporary. Zach Cunningham led my team in tackles, then David Long Jr., Christian Fulton, Kevin Yard. Interception-wise, we'll take a look at that after sacks. Simmons with 12, 8 from Landry III, 6 from Autry, which is nice to see. And then 3 interceptions from Dupre. Hooker's got 2, and then 1 for Yard and Elijah Molden. Okay, and then Randy Bullock. You're kicking, you're punting, and then kick return, punt return. So our offense ended up being okay, 13th in terms of total offensive yards. Our passing was still near the bottom. Our rush, surprisingly, was top half of the league, even without Derrick Henry. I think with Derrick Henry would have been better, but unfortunately he got hurt. So hopefully this couple seasons he can stay a little bit healthy on the field. I think that would help us out immensely. Our defense in terms of total yards did take a bit of a dip. As you guys can see, our passing yards per game, second worst in that department. Our rush, though, is pretty solid near the top. Top half of the league. 462 points allowed. Bit too many points for my liking. So let's take a look at the awards. We'll look at the standings, the playoff bracket. In case you guys are curious, Joe Burrow MVP, Doug Peterson Coach of the Year. Man, I'm swallowing. I'm sorry, guys. I swallowing a lot. That's why I'm not really talking. Okay, all right. So yeah, you guys saw our rankings. Let's show you the standings. Let's see where we are. Where our picks going to be. 5-12, probably near the bottom of the league, I would assume. 27th. So what is that? The 6th pick? I think we have the 6th pick then. Okay, not bad. Somewhere around there. So top 10 pick. So I like it. Playoff bracket. Colts got the bye. So did the Commanders. We got the Green Bay Packers and Falcons in the bottom right corner. Interesting. All right. Well, again, transition season. We just got to make sure everybody stays healthy. I'm sure we can improve upon our this year, 5-12. I think we'll be better next season. Only find a simulate this. I'll see you guys in the off season. Look at the awards, end of year awards, and then go from there. Cowboys won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. David Long Jr. Super Bowl MVP. Here are the awards on the side. Tyler Boyd was Offensive Player of the Year. Huh. And then, okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Drake London. Derek Stingley Jr. from the Texans. That's Rookie of the Year. So, cool stuff there. Let's go on to the offseason. Alright, so we have nearly $34 million in cap space, which isn't a lot, considering we have a lot of guys that are up for re-signing. But, I mean, a few of these guys here we could, you know, offer some contracts to, throw some contracts at. But, yeah, some of these guys are probably going to have to let walk. But I would like to try to keep a couple guys, maybe try to add some guys. I'm curious to see who is making a lot of money. But I can't look at that now, really. I guess look at the team salaries. Look at that there. So, for this upcoming year. So, the salary cap hits and all that. Landry. I guess, did Ryan Tannehill retire? I don't see him. Is he not here? Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's expiring. Yeah, 36.6 million for the cap hit there. I was about to say. Okay, but yeah, he's up for free agency next year. I might try to go for a QB. I might even try to look to move Tannehill. And then just try to sign some guys at free agency. But I'm going to offer some of my guys contracts here, and then we'll worry about that next week. Alright, so besides Hooper, and I did end up re-signing Billy Turner, there's really nobody else that wants to sign contracts. So I'm just going to go to free agency and see who we can end up picking up there. I would also look to see if there's maybe some trades we want to make to maybe free up some more cap space as well, and maybe try to look ahead. At the end of free agency, we made some small improvements, small signings here. So we got Greg Gaines, Matt Paradis, Larry Gajobi, and Cody Ford to add to the team. So I needed a few of these guys at these positions. So pretty solid. I mean, we don't have a lot of cap room. But we're going to go to the draft. We don't have a lot of draft picks now. We only have first, second, third. So I'll show you guys who we take with our first round pick. And go from there. CJ Stroud, so I'm going to try to see if we can maybe have him be the QB and try to get something for Tannehill. Maybe that's more picks or maybe some more players. But yeah, CJ Stroud, welcome to the squad. So obviously you guys saw I took CJ Stroud, so he's on the team. We got Jahmyr Gibbs and then Tyler Davis. So pretty solid players. I don't feel like I didn't really need Gibbs, but it's, you know, he's kind of just like best player available at that position. So for the second round pick. So I'm going to see you guys start a second season. I'm going to have to try to move Tannehill before we start simulating and see if I can maybe add some better positions of need. Alright, so to start the second season, this is the roster we have currently right now. I'm not too big of a fan of it. I don't know if it's quite exactly the roster that'll get me into the playoffs, but you never know. I mean, hopefully this year Derrick Henry can stay healthy as well. That'd be great. Speaking of him, there he is. We got Jeffrey Simmons, Kevin Byard, Harold Landry III, Robert Woods, Taylor Lewin, Austin Hooper, Ryan Tannehill, Chris Fulton, Zach Cunningham, Greg Gaines, Caleb Farley, C. Stroud, Traylon Burks, Denico Autry, Matt Paradis, Larry Gajobi. So there's definitely some talent on his team for sure, but I just don't think it's enough to maybe get into the playoffs. So I'm going to try to move Tannehill, though, now, considering the fact that he is going to be a free agent at the end of this year. And like I said, I just drafted CJ. I'd rather him kind of be the QB and see what he can do. But let's take a look at our improved team functionality, because I'm kind of see what we got going on over here. So yeah, I mean, the depth is not amazing, but it's not awful either. I mean, strong safety, Theo Jackson is now going to be the strong safety since we had retired. Chris Boswell, I can pick him up for kicking. I wouldn't mind doing that, but I can't afford him, so it wouldn't be Chris Boswell. Who would it be that we could pick up? Maybe like Blankenship? 820? Nah. Okay, we'll just let the CPU do that then. It's probably gonna be like a weak, like auto-generated kicker. But yeah, I'm gonna see if, well, actually, if I trade away Tannehill, I could probably free up some cap room now. So let's see what we can get for him. I flipped Tannehill to the Bengals, so I guess he'll be the Bengals backup QB. Von Bell, Eric Wilson, and a future first-round pick. Well, first-round pick this season. So Bell, nice strong safety. Got a mid linebacker as well for the scheme of the team. And then, we got a first-round pick. So now we have a little bit of money to play with. I could have some cap room. So for free agency, we could sign a better kicker, a punter, and maybe a couple other guys there. So, yeah, I'll pick up Chris Boswell now since I can afford to do so. We'll sign him for the season. And then we'll also pick up a punter. So we'll pick up Jake Bailey. Why not? Sign him for the year. So that'll be my new kicker and punter. And yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud's going to have the opportunity to prove himself this season, see if he's worthy of being a good player. But yeah, I just want to double check the improved team just to see if there's any other weak spots we could potentially look to fill in now. But I think we're okay. I mean, right guard, Cody Ford, right tackle, Billy Turner. It's not amazing, but I think it'll be okay. With that being said, I'm just going to simulate, and I'll see you guys, I think, at the mid-season, where hopefully we were better than we were last year. Season, and we're doing pretty well. 4-3 is not too bad. We're in the hunt with the Colts, so definitely better than last season. The rankings look pretty decent. Our rush yards per game isn't the best. And we're not really passing too much either, but that's okay. In terms of stats, let's take a look at that, see what we got going on here. So CJ, it's not doing too bad. I mean, 1,560 yards, 14 TDs, 5 interceptions, 99.2 passer rating. That's not bad. We'll take it from him. In terms of our rush, Derrick Henry is healthy and ready to go. 676 yards, 5 TDs. 202 from Jahmyr Gibbs, my backup. It's pretty solid, too. Like that. Also, CJ did his thing out there. Robert Woods is my leading receiver. Then we got Kyle Phillips, Austin Hooper, Traylon Burks doing their thing out there. So, not too bad. Blocking has been very good. Love to see that. Tackles on defense. We got Zach Cunningham, Caleb Farley, and Fulton leading the way, which is cool to see. In terms of QB sacks, Landry the third, 3.5, Simmons 2.5, and then Autry 1.5. So that's cool to see there, and a bunch of guys with 1.5. Zach Cunningham, in terms of interceptions, he's leading the team with 2, along with Farley and Wilson, and then we got 1 for Yard and Golden. That's nice to see. Chris Boswell, perfect, and then Jake Bailey's punting, kick return, and punt return. So 14th offense total yards and total offensive yards. So yeah, near the top half of the league. You know, 14th. You could say it's the middle, but like I'd say it's top half because it is. So that's nice to see. Our passing is a little bit low, but that's all right because we are running the ball 3rd best in the NFL, most in terms of total yards. Packers are 41-point score. Damn. Bengals are 7-0 again too. That means their pick's gonna be garbage. I mean, yeah, you know. But our, 4-3 is pretty solid. So defensively as well, I would assume that we're probably near the top half of the league, more middle-ish. Our passing is probably, I want to say, pretty good, and it is. And our rush is not so much. But that's okay. 160 points allowed. That is still top half of the league. So our defense is still pretty solid. So I'll take that. All right. So yeah, 4-3 standing wise. If you guys want to take a look, got a bye this week. That we got the Saints. So yeah, I mean, we have a chance to make the playoffs for sure. But yeah, the standings are like this. So the Bengals are the only undefeated team in the NFL right now. Yeah, we're in the middle of the top half of the middle. So that's cool to see. Hopefully we can kind of continue to play well. CJ's been doing his thing out there. We continue to rush the ball, and we'll be just fine. I'm not going to make any moves. I think we kind of can just keep the team the way it is. Even though maybe I could look to make an improvement in a couple of areas. But, I mean, we could worry about that in the offseason. So, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Ended up going 12-5. So, great season from us. We're taking on the Buffalo Bills in the wildcard playoff game. That's a tough matchup, though. But, yeah, our rankings were great. Defensively, we were fantastic. Ended up being fantastic. Our offense was also great in terms of yards per game, second. Only our passing was low, but that's okay. That's because we're running the ball a lot. Yeah, 12-5. We were somehow 5th. Okay. The Bengals, they get the bye, so do the Packers, Rams, and the Commanders in the bottom right quarter where my face cam is blocking. But yeah, good season from us. So we're in the wild card. Let's take a look at the standings here. The Bengals went 15-2. So did the Chiefs. Pretty funny. The Packers by 13-4. So yeah, good season from us. Hopefully we can maybe beat the Bills. That'd be great. But before we do that, though, let's take a look at the stats and the awards for this past season. So yeah, CJ didn't throw the ball that a lot. He did not throw the ball a lot. Only 3,800 yards, but 32 Ds is nice. 9 interceptions, 105-point passer rating. So good stuff there. 60% completion percentage is good. Derrick Henry, great season from him. Almost 2,000 yards, 17 TDs. Gibbs, 10 TDs as well of his own. CJ did a pretty solid job rushing too, which is nice to see. Robert Woods, almost 1,200 reception yards, 11 TDs. So he was by far my best receiver. Treylon Burks, Austin Hooper, Kyle Phillips, Gibbs as well. In terms of our blocking, actually was really good. Can't complain about that. Zach Cunningham led my team in tackles, 119. Eric Wilson with 93. 84 from Fulton. Caleb Farley with 83 of his own. So that's nice to see there. In terms of QB sacks, we had 11 from Simmons. Harold Landry III had 7 of his own. Autry with 3, 2 from Larry Ogunjobi. So love that. Kicking-wise, Chris Boswell was pretty solid, 16 of 19, and made all of his extra points. And you guys can see the rest here. So, 10th total offensive yards, which is top third of the league. Nice. Passing, I would assume, near the bottom, but our rush was probably number 2, only to the Ravens, who were also near the worst passing team but best rushing team. That is what you get when you have Lamar Jackson as your QB. Points scored, near the top league. So yeah, offense was good. Our defense also is fantastic. Second in terms of total yards. Our passing was number 1, pass yards allowed, and our rush was number 2. And literally, it's us and the Ravens, which is crazy, and alternating between the two. So we have a really good defense. I mean, hopefully that's enough to contain Josh Allen and the dynamic Buffalo Bills offense. But I guess we'll find that out. Ooh, I forgot to show you guys the MVP. Let's take a look at that really quickly, and also the coach here. Even though it shows it at the end, I like showing you guys here. At least those 2 awards. I don't like showing the other ones. Tom Brady's on the Eagles. Interesting. Okay. And then Zach Taylor, coach here. Okay. I could have predicted Zach Taylor, but not Tom Brady on the Eagles. All right. Well, we've got the Buffalo Bills in the wild card playoff. Let's see if we can beat them, advance the divisional. Well, unfortunately, we lost to the Bills, so that means we are out of the playoffs. We lost 24-16. I guess we'll just simulate, and yeah, we have to build upon this season. Good year, but kind of a disappointing ending. Alright, so Super Bowl 58, the Cowboys win again, and they beat the Bengals. Who ended up going all the way to the Super Bowl, but lost to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott was the Super Bowl MVP. Bryce Young, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Will Anderson Jr., Defensive Rookie of the Year. Seahawks, Lions, respectively. Let's go on to the third and final season. We got some things to do. Hopefully we can build upon this season. Alright, well, we have a lot of money in free agency, and that's mainly because we got a lot of our good players that are up for re-signing. So we got to re-sign Derrick Henry, Simmons, Lewin is here, Fulton, and then that's really it. We're going to have a lot of money, though, I think. So we're going to definitely try to get Derrick Henry, and then everybody else is kind of just also people that we want to get to. Alright, so I was able to re-sign most of my guys. Fulton wants to test, although he got mad at my offer that I gave him, so alright, cool. We're gonna have a decent amount of money in free agency, so we'll try to add to the team through there, so should be exciting stuff. Free agency recap. So it was an interesting one. We did end up signing Justin Jefferson, another wide receiver to add to the squad with a superstar X Factor ability there too, so gonna take that. Fantastic. I got Desmond King the second. So we replaced Ray Fulton, which is fine. Also fits the scheme of the team a little better. Patrick Queen, another mid linebacker, and we get Kevin Zeitler, another right guard to bolster up the line too. So that's pretty good. That's pretty much it. I mean, a little bit of cap room as well. We got our draft picks this upcoming draft. I mean, I'm going to simulate it. I'll show you guys who we end up drafting since it's just auto-generated rookie. But I just want to show you guys the people that we ended up picking up. So Lloyd, Nazir, we got a Benji Jackson, we got a Weber, we got a Parson, we got a DeBoffy. I mean, just some auto-generated guys. So we had 2 first-round picks, and we ended up using a left tackle, strong safety, which is fine. I think the team's pretty good. Hopefully, we can make some noise again in this upcoming season. Only final simulator. So you guys started third and final season. All right, so let's take a look at the roster for the third and final season. I kind of like the squad. I mean, it's got some youth to it. There's some really solid players. It's gonna be fun. So let's take a look at it. The game's gonna load in just a moment. So we'll show you guys who we have on the team. Any minute now. EA, there we go. Okay. So we got Derrick Henry. We've got Justin Jefferson. We got Jeffrey Simmons. We got Kevin Byard. Harold Landry III, Robert Woods, Von Bell, C.J. Stroud, Austin Hooper, Desmond King II, Lewin, Greg Gaines, Patrick Queen. We got Kev, Cunningham, Burks, Caleb Farley. We got Nazir. We've got Andrews. We got Gibbs. We got Ogunjobi, Cody Ford. I mean, there's definitely some talent on this team, for sure. I mean, last season we went 12-5, lost in the wild card. I feel like this year we could maybe get to at least a divisional, maybe even the conference championship. But only the finals, like I said, to simulate. But before we do that, though, just one other thing with the improved team. I think I need a kicker. I do need a kicker. I probably should have picked one up. Chris Boswell, can I sign you? Yes, we're going to do that now. We're going to re-sign him. And then we're also going to sign Jake Bailey again, and I'm sure I can re-sign him. Yes. So yeah, I'm good for now. If I want to make a move at the midseason, I will, with some of those picks that we're not going to use. But I like the team the way it is for this upcoming season. So I'll see you guys at the end of, well, not the end of the year, at the midseason, where maybe then we'll make some moves and look at the stats. All right, a little bit surprising. We're 3-4 right now. Not doing as good as I thought we would. I thought this team would be a bit better, but it's okay. We could maybe, we're still in the hunt, so I'm not too worried. And then of course, there's going to be a couple moves that we can look to make to improve the team. But let's take a look at the standings. Ravens 7-0, damn. Okay, yeah. So maybe there's been some injuries, and that's why we're 3-4. I mean, I'm gonna give that the benefit of the doubt there, which is probably what it is. But I think if we beat the Jaguars, we'll be 4-4. Patriots and we beat the Jaguars twice. Even if we lose to the Patriots, we could be 5-5 at the bye, and maybe win like 6 of the next 7. Or go 10. I don't know. I think we're okay. I still think we're the season's not dead in the water. But let's take a look at the stats. So CJ, not doing great as I wanted him to be. So he's taking definitely a bit of a step back. Only thrown 9 TDs, 5 interceptions, 8-1 passer rating. So that's not looking too hot there. Derrick Henry been running the ball like crazy though. 860 yards, 9 TDs. So he's been doing his thing out there. Receivers, Justin Jefferson. Only got 1 TD reception, but 349 yards. 34 for Kyle Phillips, 279 for Burks, and Hooper's got 194. The problem is that CJ's just not throwing the ball enough, so we got to get that popping. But yeah, blocking a little bit worse in previous years. But in terms of defense tackles, we got Patrick Queen, 53, 40 for King, Cunningham 38. So good to see there. And then in terms of sacks, we got 6 for Simmons, 4.5 for Larry Gojobi, 4 for Harold Landry. I said Larold. Pretty funny. Greg Gaines 2, 1 from Patrick Queen, and then a half sack for Zach. In terms of interceptions, we got 4 as a squad. Kicking, Chris Boswell is doing really solid, and then Jake Bailey's punting, and then we got our kick return and punt return. So 13th offensive yards, which is top half of the league. That's promising. Our passing is near the bottom. It makes sense. Our rush is 3rd best in the league, 25.1 points. Just not really scoring enough for my liking. So hopefully we can maybe improve that. Maybe I'll try to get another player, like I said, before we start simulating. Again, in terms of our defense, yeah, it's taking a little bit of a step back here in terms of the yards. But maybe in the second half of the year we can carry it. I mean, it's still not terrible. Our rush defense is, in terms of yards, isn't great. And then 186 points allowed is near the bottom of the league as well. So maybe I'll try to trade for a couple defensive players. Maybe that'll help us out. Maybe like another linebacker. So we'll see what's out there in the trade market. That's probably the only move I can really make. We do have $9.4 million in cap room, so maybe I can make a couple moves here, actually. All right, I traded for Daniel Hunter, Phillips, and then Darisaw, from the Vikings. We traded away Dupree and 2 first-round picks. So we get a left outside the back 15 team's really good, and we also get another left end and a left tackle. Pretty solid stuff there. Anyway, second and 2 third-round picks to the Bears. We got McCoy and Gibson. So we get another left end as well as another center. And I just traded for 2 left ends, but it's fine. It's cool. It's get more depth we have, the better. Here, second and 2 fourth-round picks to the Jets. Sauce Gardner, one of another cornerback, and that's gonna be it for moves. I think this team will hopefully be good enough to win, and make the playoffs in our third and final season. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Well, we went 8-2 the rest of the way and made it to the playoffs. So we are the wildcard team taking on the Patriots. And yeah, as you guys can see, pretty solid rankings for the season. Let's take a look at the standings. So yeah, 11-6 on the year. We're good enough to make the playoffs. Not good enough to get a bye though, but that's all right. We're not good enough to even win our own conference because the Colts have the, I guess, record over us. But 11-6, still good season for us. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket, and yeah, we're in the bottom right corner, bottom left corner rather. Colts and the Texans taking on each other with the Rams and the Falcons in the bottom right. So let's look at the stats, look at the awards, and all that fun stuff. So in terms of stats, we've got CJ, who was better in the second half of the season, over 4,000 yards, 32 TDs, 13 interceptions, 99.3 passer rating. It's not bad. Rush-wise, Derrick Henry over 2,000, 18 TDs. Jahmyr Gibbs had 407 of his own. CJ even got involved in the party. Justin Jefferson, 1,147 yards, 6 TDs, 790 for Robert Woods. Traylon Burks was 730 and 5, 6 and 510 for Austin Hooper, Phillips. Some good stuff there. Blocking wise, very good, except for Lewin, who got a little too many sacks for my liking, but you know, he played a lot of downs, I guess, so I'll give him a little bit of a pass. Patrick Queen, that was excellent, 115 tackles to lead the way, 82 for King, 80 for Cunningham. Landry had 79 of his own, so did Gardner. In terms of sacks, I can see Simmons led the team again with 10.5, 6.5 for Harold Landry III, which is cool to see. Danielle Hunter with 4. Travis Gibson had 3.5, 2 for Gaines and Phillips. In terms of interceptions, we had 8 as a team, so that's cool to see. In terms of kicking, Chris Boswell, pretty solid, 70% field goal percentage. Jake Bailey's punting, did our kick return and punt return as well. And we finished top 3 in total offensive yards, which is good. Our passing, I would assume, kind of near the bottom, and it was. But our rush was second, only to the Baltimore Ravens. And our scoring, 25.8 per game. Not enough scoring for my liking, but it was enough to where we still were in the top half of the league. And then defensively, in terms of total yards, third. Our pass, second best. Our rush was also pretty solid as well in terms of yards, I think. Actually, no, it really wasn't. Never mind. In terms of points allowed, though, we were pretty solid. Only allowed 400, which is not bad. All right, awards. Let's take a look at them. Joe Burrow, MVP on a 9-8 team. And then Matt Rule was Coach of the Year. All right. We got the Patriots. They're a tough matchup. Let's see if we beat them in the divisional to get to the divisional. We do win, and we are taking on the Baltimore Ravens. If we win, we go to the conference championship, the AFC conference championship. That's what I'm hoping we could do. But they're pretty solid, so it's going to be tough to score against them. We'll see how we can fare against the Ravens. If we win, like I said, we're in the AFC Conference Championship game. We're able to pull out the victory by 3 points, and we are going to the AFC Conference Championship to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And they have a good team, as you guys can see. They were 12-5. Some good rankings. Pretty solid. If we can win, we go to the Super Bowl. So let's see if we can win. Really could not get to the Super Bowl. I said the AFC Conference Championship game would be where we get to. And unfortunately, we could not get over the hump and get to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, lost by a touchdown to the Chiefs. So, solid progression, but unfortunately, just a bit short. But let's just see who wins the Super Bowl and then go on to close the video. Looks like the Falcons won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and Desmond Ridder, Super Bowl MVP. Gets to see the awards. Taylor Miller, Saints. Anthony McGee from the Dolphins. Offensive and defensive rookies of the year, respectively. You guys see the rest of the work. Cooper Kupp, Myles Garrett. Nothing too surprising there. So, let's go to the post and close of the video. Alright, y'all. Well, hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let me know down in the comments below some more video ideas. Go to social down in the description. We have a playlist down below containing other Madden NFL 23 franchise rebuilds. Check my channel for the content for TJP. Second channel down below in the description. Unfortunately, got close, but not close enough to get over the hump and into the Super Bowl. So the Chiefs were able to beat us. But I did say we'd probably get to the AFC Conference Championship if we did. So I guess I could be kind of happy about that. But it's still... And the playoff streak is alive, which is nice. Made the team playoffs at least every team once. That's an accomplishment in itself. Although we still have the Green Bay Packers, so we'll see how we can fare against them in our final video. And then after that, we've got our challenges. So yeah, like I said, let me know some interesting rebuild challenges. Like I have a couple of mine. We got our fantasy draft, which we'll definitely do. But then there might be some others you want to see. So maybe a spin the wheel of colleges. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? With that being said, I'm gonna head on out though. Take care. Have a great night. See you soon. Peace.